Hi, I'm Alina, and this is PulseCast USA, where we break down the stories shaping our world. Tonight, the fate of the Ukraine-Russia war hangs in the balance. Peace talks are underway, and the world is holding its breath. We begin with breaking developments from Abu Dhabi, Washington, and Moscow, all moving pieces in what could be the most significant diplomatic push since the war began. Peace talks between Ukraine and Russia have reached a critical point tonight. But here's the twist. President Donald Trump says he won't meet either President Zelensky or President Putin until a deal is almost final. According to Trump, there are only a few remaining points of disagreement. But Ukrainian officials tell PulseCast USA no final text exists yet. Moments ago, Trump directed his top envoy, Steve Witkoff, to fly to Moscow and meet with Vladimir Putin directly, a move that signals urgency or desperation, depending on who you ask. This comes after a fast-paced day of diplomatic movement in Abu Dhabi, where U.S. Army Secretary Dan Driscoll has been speaking with Russian officials in an effort to find common ground. Trump says Driscoll will soon meet Ukrainian officials as well, suggesting something is now on the table for Kiev to review. Russia, meanwhile, is delivering mixed signals. Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov says any amended peace plan must reflect the spirit and letter of the Trump-Putin Alaska summit. In his words, if the spirit and letter of Anchorage are lost, then the situation will be fundamentally different. Lavrov says Moscow hasn't received any official updated proposal, but confirms that communication channels between Russia and the US are open and active. In Europe, leaders are watching carefully. French President Emmanuel Macron called this moment crucial, saying Ukraine needs robust security guarantees and that there's finally, after years of war, a chance for real progress toward a good peace. Europe is steadfast. Ukraine is exhausted. Russia is slow but stubborn. Everything hinges on what happens tonight. They're the core disputes: Ukrainian territory, limitations on Ukrainian military, Ukraine's future in NATO. None of these have been resolved, and Russia has given no indication that it is willing to compromise on any of them. Putin still believes Russia is strong on the battlefield and can outlast Ukraine and maybe outlast Western support. Even though estimates suggest the war has cost Russia nearly 1 million dead and injured, the Kremlin continues to project confidence and determination. So where does this leave us? Tonight's negotiations aren't final. Ukraine and the US are still aligning their positions. Russia is waiting for an official draft. Trump is pushing for momentum, but won't meet leaders until the deal is nearly done. And Putin? Well, he's not known for budging. This is a pivotal moment, and we could be hours or days away from a breakthrough, or a breakdown. We'll keep following every development, every statement, and every shift in this historic negotiation. I'm Alina. This is PulseCast USA. Stay with us. More after the break.